Councilman Miller?
Here.
Yeah. Go ahead. I thought maybe you were wanting Jeff. Clerk.
Oh, no.
Too many Jeffs.
Sorry, I was confused there for a minute.
Sorry.
I was thinking Jeff that was not here right now.
No.
Or the Jeff that's sitting next to me. I've got a Jeff confusion. Okay, I have a number of things to say here on several different topics, and I apologize to those of you in the audience and my colleagues who've heard me say some of these things before. But because of the amount of misinformation and because a number of the things that have been said here today, I am going to take the time to clarify a few things that I think are very important to say. First, I'd like to start with just information about this project that I said a couple of years ago when the project was first discussed, and I think bear repeating today. This particular project has 27% private equity in it, in the private project part. It has more than 20% equity in the public and private part. The benchmark for this, the minimum, was 10%. So it has more than double, in one case almost triple, the equity required on the part of the developer. We believed it was important to set out standards and criteria for evaluation of projects, which we did. And we had developed the development community and many citizens who participated from a variety of perspectives and philosophies participated in the development of these criteria. They're published on the website. Anybody can see them. The minimum score on that criteria for any project is 70. This project scored 87.5%. One of the criteria was that the benchmark private to public funding be 2-to-1. In this case, the private to public funding is more than that, 2.2. We've already gone through the return on investment, which I think is important to note. For every dollar that the city invests in any part of this project, the return to the public good is 2.62. It bears reiterating again that the city's public investment in this project is going into public infrastructure. A parking garage, which is used not only by this particular hotel, but by organizations and entities and businesses and retail and state buildings and many other uses around that particular area. There is not money from the TIF going into the hotel itself. The facade improvement program that's being utilized here is all those funds are being repaid through special assessments on the property. The city retains 100% of the guest tax that's collected in this hotel and that can be used to market Wichita to bring other conventions here to town. That guest tax is paid by out-of-towners for the most part, not local Wichitans. We would not have that guest tax if it were not for this new hotel. Retail space in this garage is being leased to a third-party professional management entity who has the expertise to recruit high-quality tenants, and that tenants will result in increased revenue for the city of Wichita and also sales tax revenue for the city. Additionally, the hotel will pay annually for use of the spaces in the garage, as will other entities around there who plan to have use those stalls for their own business purposes. Now, I'd like to just say a few words about, to conclude this particular part, those are the reasons that I have supported this project and that I'm going to continue to support the project. Others have spoken to many other benefits here today with which I concur. Then I want to speak just momentarily about some personal issues. One is that when I ran for this position and won, I took a salary that's 30% of my previous salary. I have spent thousands of dollars serving in this role. I buy tickets to fundraisers, I travel, I go to other cities, I look at best practices, I bring those back to Wichita. There has not been a personal gain to me serving in this role. I have never in 4 years accepted even lunch from a developer or anyone else who wanted to take me out to lunch and talk about a project. Never. I don't accept tickets to sporting events. I don't play golf. I don't take jet rides. I don't think most of us here do. I can speak for myself. I don't. If you look at my campaign finance reports, I have dozens and dozens and dozens of donors. If you add up all the contributions, they average out to something less than $100 per person. When we talk about this project having been voted down by the public, I would like to remind people that when that election came around, the city of Wichita at large, all of us up here, couldn't raise one single penny, promote the project. We could not advocate on behalf of the project. We could not even say one good thing about the use of that sales tax, excuse me, the guest tax. On the contrary, opponents were able to raise money, to market, to support to advocate against the project, even with inaccurate information, and financed partly either directly or indirectly by one of the largest companies in the world. So to say that this project was voted down by the public, I think is a real misnomer. If there's any clear evidence about how at least the voters in District 6 support downtown development and the projects for which I have stood for, I was reelected with 76% of the vote. I've been very clear with the public about my downtown support. Therefore, I have gotten contributions from like-minded people who support downtown, who support many of the causes, most of the causes I support. That's how that money comes to campaigns, is when people see you stand for issues with which they are like-minded, they contribute to your campaigns. With all of that said, I am going to support this project today, and I'm going to continue to maintain myself, conduct myself in an above board, above beyond reproach manner. And I can say unequivocally that campaign donations do not affect my decisions up here.